Okay, guys, good morning. Welcome to the third part of our note-taking lessons. We briefly touched on the Cornell method. We just kind of went on a little overview of what it would look like. So we're going to watch a video and dig a little deeper. I know it's another video, but we're going to watch another video to show us exactly how to take notes using that technique. And then, because obviously I know and recognize that not every system works for everybody, we're also going to go over a couple more techniques that we could try out, okay? So the Cornell technique, again, this is what it looks like to the right here. Remember, you break it up into 3 columns. And so the idea of like the Cornell method is it discourages from the use of long sentences, and you're not writing down every detail. So it's about the short notes that you write down in the right-hand column. So prior to the note-taking, if you draw up a list of abbreviations and expressions that work for you, this makes it a little easier, okay? So you might just shorten words a certain way, and then the habit, when you get into the habit and you recognize what that word is connected to, or what what the abbreviation is for, you can then use that instead of using the full word. So we're going to watch this video exactly how to take notes this way.
The Cornell method is a way of taking notes. A professor at Cornell University created this system to help his students keep their notes organized and useful. Here's the technique. On a sheet of lined note paper, draw a horizontal line above the bottom 6 lines of the paper. Then draw a vertical line from the top margin down to this horizontal line, about a third of the way from the left edge. Put today's date at the top of the sheet. Take down your notes in the large note-taking right column. Your notes should consist of the main ideas of the lecture, video, or textbook you are studying. Keep your notes efficient. Paraphrase longer ideas. No need for complete sentences here. Use phrases that leave out parts of speech such as articles, conjunctions, prepositions, and auxiliaries. Think about how people write Twitter posts or news headlines. Use symbols and abbreviations where possible. Include quick sketches of the material when appropriate. In the left Q column, jot down relevant questions and keywords. Do this during your note-taking or immediately after. Writing questions and prompts helps you clarify meanings, reveal relationships, and establish continuity. This Q column will also assist you with your future reviews of the material. Within 24 hours of taking notes, write a brief summary in the bottom 6 lines of each page. Condensing your notes down to a couple of sentences helps you make the topic more clear in your mind. When you are studying for a test or quiz, you now have a concise yet detailed record of your previous classes. A method of review is to cover the note-taking column and look only at the left-hand column. Say aloud, in your own words, the answers to the questions and prompts indicated. Spend at least 10 minutes every week reviewing all your previous notes. Regular review of your notes between tests helps you better comprehend new lectures. It also enhances your long-term recall of the material. Try it and see for yourself how helpful this method can be.
In this video, they mentioned reviewing notes regularly. If you review them daily or before each class, then you're more likely to follow along with the new material. So instead of just waiting until the last minute to just go over these notes that you're taking for the exam, it's helpful to just do a little bit each day. Also, so in 2, if you're waiting until right before the exam, then over the time period, you might forget some of the important material, right? So it's supposed to, over time, 10 minutes a day is a great habit. So again, since not everything works for everybody, I wanted to give you a couple more options and different ways to organize your notes. And so these are called graphic organizers. And an organizer, it's like a note system that helps you organize your thoughts into visual maps, because you might be more of a visual person. So you can use these. They have these tools online where you can just print off a bunch of templates and use these templates, or you can just jot them down in your journals or in your notebooks that you use for your classes. Okay, so this is an example of 2 different organizers that you could also use. So as you see on the spider map, you have the topic, the concept, theme. So like the theme of the day, whatever your teacher's talking about in the middle. And then you have what comes off of that is like a branches of the main ideas. And then on those lines that come out, just details to support those main ideas. So it's a very different way of organizing it. It's much simpler. The story map, if maybe you're, in an English class and you're reading a book, this is a great way to keep note of like the setting, the main characters, the solution of the problem, the theme, the name of the book, the author. Okay, so these are just different ways of putting these notes in an organized way. So these are just more ways to potentially take notes if the Cornell method does not work for you. So with those 3 techniques we went over the Cornell method, which was the one that we talked about in the video. We have the spider map, and we have the story map. Okay, the story map is typically used when you're reading a story, maybe your English class. The spider map is great if you're just wanting to get those main ideas and details about any topic. But what technique are you most likely to use? And when you consider what would work best for you, I want you to take a minute to create a template in your journal. So again, if you were more of a visual person, then a spider map might be more up your alley. Okay, so I'd like you to just jot down one of these graphic organizers, or design like a Cornell method, or you could design this Cornell method in your journal, right? Where the bottom of 2 inches is the summaries, the left-hand side is the Q column, and then you have the note-taking area, what they reviewed in the video. Okay, so take the next minute or two, the rest of the advisory time, to consider what your technique is most likely to use, and then jot it down. So make like an actual template inside your journal so that you can come back to it if you need it. And if you'd ever like to make copies of one of these templates and to use them in class, just let me know. I can print them off for you and I could help you out. Okay. So yes, take some time, write in your journal your technique that you'd most likely use, and then create that template in your journal. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.